If you guys were giving advice to Ja Morant right now, Stack, you've dealt with some of this stuff. What would you tell Ja?
I tell him to distance himself from anybody that don't have the same vision or the same purpose. The same people don't feel the same way about him losing everything.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we're going to talk more about these Memphis Grizzlies. Now, guys, we've all seen the scrutiny the Grizzlies have been under pretty much this whole season, but over the course of the last month and a half, the media has really been lighting a fire under them. And it's a lot of self-inflicted things from the Grizzlies, right? They talk about winning championships, Ja, the ringleader, but not only Ja, it's one thing just to have your star player talking, but Dylan Brooks, it reached a point to where the home fans were booing him the other day because he kept shooting and not taking smart shots for the team. Well, a lot of those things, well documented, but it allegedly left the court the other day and went into the FedEx Forum parking lot with Ja Morant's entourage and some of the Pacers players and staff. And Ja spoke about that. His coach spoke about that, and his friend Devontae Pack spoke about that, on Twitter. So they're disputing the claims that the Pacers are making, but the official police report said there was indeed an altercation. So, man, first look, we're going to listen to what Stephen Jackson and Matt Barnes had to say, and then we're going to listen to an incident that Stephen Jackson got into, not the Malice in the Palace, but something totally different, because he's one that could give this advice, to Ja. And, well, I'll be back. I'll tell you what I think about this. Check it out.
If you guys were giving advice to Ja Morant right now, Stack, you've dealt with some of this stuff. What would you tell Ja?
I tell him to distance himself from anybody that don't have the same vision or the same purpose. The same people don't feel the same way about him losing everything. You know what I'm saying? You have to care. You can't care about these things because I care about it. You have to care about it because you don't want me to lose everything I work for, right? It's a different situation. You caring about it because I care about it. You only care about it because I care about it because you don't want to lose what I'm doing for you.
Right.
But if you care about me, then you'll care about me losing all these things. And I just think for Ja, he has to get to the point where he got to understand who he is. I've been in situations where, I started making money and I felt like money could fix everything, and that's not realistic.
Well, look,
That's for sure.
That's some real wisdom there, Stack.
I just think Ja has to understand what's at risk. I mean, obviously his talent is unbelievable. This guy can make a ton of money, not only playing the game, but he just signed, he just got a signature shoe. So you just have to understand. I mean, if we can't tell him who he can and can't hang out with, you obviously want to have a tight circle that have your best interests at heart. But at the end of the day, some people are your people. Sometimes I think they'll get to a point if you realize you got to let somebody go, because a lot of times you outgrow people, but they hang on somehow, some way. So he just had to understand that, he's going to continue to elevate, and certain friends are meant for certain levels, and it continues to get smaller and tighter, and you're going to bring some with you. You just can't bring them all with you. So I just hope that, he understands what's at risk right now. Some you just can't do. And me and Jack have both done some you just can't do. You know what I mean? So
Speaking from
we're
experience.
not, so we're not trying to tell, hey, you shouldn't. We're the last people to say you shouldn't do that. I just, hope is, just as people who've been through some shit and not even on the level he's on because of who he is, just understand what's important, man.
They chilling. So it's about 9:30, 10. I get a call from Al Harrington. Al like, bro, the whole team going to the strip club, meet us up. And I'm like, man, I've been out all day. I'm in the room. We went up and chilling on out. Man, come on, man. Everybody going. So I'm like, fuck it. We gonna pull up. Meet up with Al. We pull up to the strip club, and we go in. The strip club is packed, but the whole team there. You know what I'm saying? So as I walk in, I say, "What's up to everybody?" I stand up for a minute. I'm not really a drinker, bro. I've always been a smoker. I'm not really a drinker. So you know what I'm saying? I'm in there for a second. Al's finna go to another spot. I really don't want to be there, so I'm like, if you finna leave, I'm finna leave too, but I'm finna go back home. You know what I'm saying? So Al turns, but I see Jamal at the corner of my eye. I see him running, so I kind of look back and I see some guys chasing. So as I blast the lights at Al, but Al don't see me, so Al keep going. So I just put my shit in reverse. I back up. I hop out, grab my gun, and as I run over there, they get ready to throw punches. So I've been in this situation a couple times. I flip my gun around, bow, hit one of them with my tube. Guys, guys coming around. I think at that point, after I hit him with my pistol, some kind of way I got loose where I put my shit back in my holster. You know what I'm saying? And ended up fighting. I squared up with one of the guys. And as we were squaring up, some of Jamal people came out, and then a whole bunch of them started coming out. Because there was a whole bunch of them in the club.
The low.
And I've been, a whole bunch of people from Indiana. Some niggas from some neighborhood I ain't know. So as they coming out, I've been in a situation too many times. You don't let motherfuckers surround you. Because when you get when they get surround you, somebody gonna suck them, knock your ass out. Now you getting stomped out in the park lot. Now you looking super weak. 5 ain't going for that. I ain't going for that. No time, no well, no day, no how. Right? So I pull my shit out. Bow, bow. Let off 2 warning shots. Get back. Get the fuck away from me. I'm finna dome one of you niggas. Right? I let off 2 warning shots. Everybody start running this shit. So by that time, one of the dudes that was with the other guys that we was fighting had hopped in this car. He had an old school, a 2-door old school, some shit. And the security I remember security grabbed me. He's like, Jack, get up out of here. The police getting ready to come. You know what I'm saying? So when he pushed me towards my car, I just took off running towards my car, put my shit back in my holster, started running back into my car. By that time, one of the dudes had already zeroed me in. He hit his gas. Coming full speed at me, and I hear him. I see him on the car, but I hear him before I see him. So I just turned, and he coming straight at me like this. And this is why I thank God I wasn't drinking. As he did that, he was coming so fast. I was thinking quick. I just kind of jumped a little bit sideways. If I would have stayed there, he would have just took my legs and probably killed me. Yeah. I kind of jumped sideways with the momentum of the car, while my butt ended up hitting the hood. So the back of my head hit the windshield. Boom! I fly up in the air, and from the momentum of the car, I land face first.
So as you can hear from Steven Jackson, man, those situations are like that. When they arise, they happen so quick. You can be dead in an instant whenever tensions are raised like that. And you out in these public environments where this type of behavior is common. He was out at the club and he saw one of his teammates running by. And so he was on go, and another one didn't even see it, Al Harrington, and he was with teammates. At least in that situation, Steven Jackson was with people that had just as much or more to lose than him. But as you heard him say, he almost lost his life that night, when the man hit him with the car. And so I just use that story to say, like, Ja, he has people around him sometimes that don't even have what he has to lose. And I think that's the point of Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. They're saying that these guys, they care about what you're doing because what you're supplying. You take these things away from them, they're not going to come up there and be so on go for you. They've seen all the hard work you've put in all your life. So don't hang around anyone that's willing to let you jeopardize that. And you don't want to put yourself in that predicament. You be the basketball player that you are. It is okay to be a basketball player, man. And I mean, you could say Steven Jackson was checking in the O Block recently, which was whack, very whack, might I add. And then you also had Matt Barnes spitting on somebody at the game the other day. So they still got work to do, but I think their advice here is legit. And I want to see Ja Morant take heed to that because he's such an exceptional talent. We want to see him in this league for a long time, man, and we want him to finish it out because it can go this way where Steven Jackson lives to tell about it, or it could go the way of Javaris Crittenton. And some people can be behind bars and some people wind up dead, But hey, man, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.